A warm welcome to all of you, and online as well, to the awards ceremony of the Humanitarian Innovation Hackathon 2025 to celebrate the practical solutions submitted by hackathon participants after less than 48 hours of intense efforts back in July. This is our 7th year of this important initiative. We'd like to say thank you to Professor Rod Johnston. The Humanitarian Innovation Awards are only possible due to his immense generosity. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank the supporters of the Humanitarian Innovation Awards tonight: GHD, PTC, DT Global, SMAC, Red R, and our venue partner, Sydney Knowledge Hub.
Look, I'm from an computing science background, so I do appreciate how important it is to be logical. I used to teach Year 12 about logic, and I think it's great, the hackathon. I think it is important that we do create solutions to the problems in the world. I think it's important we create a society regardless of the postcode you're born in, the gender you identify, the colour of your skin, the shape of your eyes, your cultural identity, where you're neurodiverse. On behalf of Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council elders and members, welcome everyone here. Continue the good work that you are doing. I'm looking forward to seeing the projects in the AV that we have coming up.
It's a real pleasure to be here for this year's awards, a celebration of bold ideas, deep collaboration, and student-driven impact. The 2025 Hackathon brought together students from 18 universities, including participants from Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and Aotearoa, New Zealand, a testament to growing collaboration across our region. This year's hackathon once again challenged students to tackle real and pressing humanitarian issues, with all 4 challenges centred around the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 2, Zero Hunger. This year's scope expanded beyond the Pacific, encompassing critical food security issues in Asia and in Africa. We know the challenges faced by people in these regions demand more than just technical expertise. They require empathy, cross-cultural understanding, and collaboration across borders. And this is exactly what this hackathon has fostered. And it reflects the very best of what a university can offer: purposeful learning, global perspectives, and perhaps most importantly, practical real-world impact. To every student who's participated this year, congratulations. The solutions you've created and the commitment that you've shown reflect a future defined not just by innovation, but by empathy, by purpose, and I'm guessing by resilience.
The Humanitarian Innovation Hackathon is an event that encapsulates the innovative spirit of our region, engaging with our students to use their education and imagination to build a better world. We're here to celebrate out-of-the-box ideas and the determination of founders to explore the incredible potential that exists to address major social, environmental, and economic challenges. In this case, meeting the UN Sustainable Development Goal of ending hunger. Investment New South Wales is responsible for the state's innovation policy. For us, innovation is more than just a buzzword. It's the engine that drives economic growth and job creation. New South Wales is already recognised as the leader in driving economic growth through innovation. But beyond job growth, economic growth, and the financial success of unicorns and tech giants like Canva and Atlassian, innovation can help us build a future where our communities can thrive and remain resilient in the face of challenges. One of our longest running programs in New South Wales is the MVP Ventures program, which will open for another round in a couple of weeks, and it might be of interest to some of our budding entrepreneurs here, should you wish to take these initial ideas and prototypes further and develop them in New South Wales. Initiatives like this evening are vital to ensuring that we can give our talented entrepreneurs the chance to use their ideas and their drive to come up with solutions to the challenges we face. I'd like to congratulate all the finalists for making it this far, and I look forward to hearing more about your ideas and your projects. I wish you all the best.
Each year, we in the committee think about what is a global challenge that students could grasp or resonate with students. This year, the broad challenges were centred around Sustainable Development Goal 2, which, yes, is zero hunger, but really it's about ending hunger, achieving food security, improving nutrition, and promoting agricultural sustainability. I particularly was drawn to this particular focus because I think in our society we've become a little bit disconnected from where our food comes from. So when I've designed these challenges, it was something that I thought many of these students will not necessarily have, traditional higher education in these areas. But it's such an important problem because we know that 2.4 billion people face moderate to severe food insecurity. And when we look at the SDGs, this SDG is significantly off track because of things like climate change. COVID-19 pandemic really set things back. So I think it is something that we all really need to think about. So the first challenge we designed was around meeting the nutritional needs of women and girls to reduce anemia. In a food-scarce world, it's not surprising that iron deficiency affects 500 million women in their reproductive years from ages 15 to 49. It's a complex problem, often embedded in cultural and some societal issues. It also really encompasses some of the considerations around gender equity, and it was great to see students authentically engage with that, quite complex issue. The second challenge was around adapting to climate change and developing resilient agricultural practices, potentially using farming technologies, but also nature-based solutions, and drawing on some of the adaptation that we need for climate change. We know that smallhold farmers are some of the most vulnerable communities when it comes to climate change, in that they're affected by drought or floods to such a severe level. The third challenge was around boosting genetic diversity of our food production systems. 75% of the calories consumed globally come from just 9 crops, 9 plant species. So that's really concerning as we start having more plant-based diseases and these crops become more vulnerable. So Challenge C was about how could we boost that genetic diversity and make it perhaps seed banks and those things more accessible for smallhold farmers. We introduced a fourth challenge. We normally have 3, but we had such a large group of students this year that we had a fourth challenge, which was around how can we use information and communication technology to assist farmers in making better choices as to when to sell their crops to avoid fluctuations in food commodity prices. Because we know that if farmers sell at different times, it can have a huge impact on whether they actually make money or are plunged into further debt. So I would say from looking at the submissions, and I would say congratulations to all students who participated because the learning is in the process itself. I hope that all students learnt something about agriculture that they themselves did not know. I myself come from a farming background in link horticulture, and I would say that the solutions that these students have presented, yes, for an international development audience, but they've considered all the right things for our society as a whole.
It is indeed a pleasure to be standing in for Professor Ron Johnson to announce the winners of the Warren Centre Ron Johnson Humanitarian Innovation Awards Hackathon. And I have great admiration for and gratitude to our wonderful judges. It must have been very difficult to separate out the 3 winners. But before we announce the 3 winners of this year's hackathon, we'd like to take a moment to recognise one further project with a special commendation, and that is the Innovation Ears, and that's Wesley Henderson, Angus Henderson and Franco Yema. They're from UTS and the University of Sydney. The solution that the Innovation Ears came up with, boosting genetic diversity in our food production systems, that was their challenge they took on. The judges said demonstrated an outstanding level of innovation and forward thinking by proposing the use of biodegradable sheets embedded with a variety of rice seeds. And although they missed out on one of the 3 prizes, they impressed the judges to the point that they will be given a special commendation. So congratulations if you're joining us. Now we'll move on to the 3 prize winners. Thank you very much. This is a bit like the Logies, isn't it? And there we are. The third place I can advise is Thread, which is Jia Chopra, Kalyani Jit, Pratul and Queena.
Hi everyone, my name is Queena. Our team thread is made up of myself, Pratul, Kalyani and Jia. We're all senior students in the engineering field, and we did not expect this outcome when we signed up, so thank you so much. We had so much fun throughout the weekend. There was a lot of laughter, a lot of challenges, a lot of 1 a.m., 2 a.m. editing, so thank you, Farmer Pratul, for that. But just this experience has just really enlightened us and given us a new perspective on humanitarian engineering. Looking at Papua New Guinea in itself, researching about it, going into depths about it, really brought a new perspective, and thinking innovatively is something that we're not too used to as engineers, because we're always fixed on, the formula and what ABC, the logical steps. But adding this component of creativity and innovation was something very special. And we're not too sure if the solution actually works, but it does sound very convincing. If anyone is interested into researching this, please go ahead, see if mycelium actually helps with the problem. But I think we took away a lot from the experience, more than we expected. So thank you so much. Thank you.
And the second place is Sparkies. The team members of Sparkies are Jessica Lee and George Allman, who are here this evening, and Julie Davies and Tarina Darwood, who weren't able to make it.
Hi everyone, I hope you've had a good evening so far. I just wanted to thank the Warren Centre and Professor Ron Johnston for, hosting this hackathon. It was a really great experience, I think. We definitely sort of were challenged to think creatively and curiously, I guess. And it was super cool seeing our solution go from like a rough idea to a full solution that has potential real world sort of benefits and stuff. I'd also like to thank my team, so George, Tarina and Julie. Thank you for the late nights and the laughs. And also to our mentor Greg for all his support. And also as well just the organisers and the volunteers and everyone who came together to make this event possible. So yeah, thank you, and I'm excited to see where this goes in the future.
Now we have the drum roll, ta-da, because we're about to announce first place. Thank you, Lorraine. The first place is Nibang, and that's Farhan Ferdinand Shia, Hastria Kasuma, Devo Siagian, and Alina Angrini.
I'm speechless. I'm literally without speech. I don't expect this outcome at all, but anyway, on behalf of my team, I want to say thank you first for the organizers and the event organizers, the mentors, and everyone that has put so much effort into making this event happening. It's been a very rewarding event, and my team, we worked so hard for this. We worked till like 4 a.m. just to make the idea happening. And yeah, it's been also nice to compete and work alongside the other teams as well, and that share the same passion of making, that we want to make a better humanity, even from small things like this. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for everyone that has attended this event. Yeah, that's all.
I now like to invite Professor Hesham Al-Gamal to co-present the check to the first prize winners, co-present the check together with Dick.
Oh.
What a wonderful evening at the end of an amazing event. So just to echo everybody and thank the Warren Center, Professor Ron Johnston for sponsoring this and for his enduring legacy, our organizers, our colleagues in engineering and the Warren Center, our distinguished guest Jackie for leading this. It takes a village. This is an amazing event, and I'm really, really grateful that our faculty and myself are part of this. Looking at the amount of creativity and dedication and the fun you had in this, make me really hopeful in the future. But I find it quite impressive that at that early stage in your career, you are showing interest in having a positive impact in the world. You're coming around problems that's quite challenging with a lot of courage and this feel that you can make a difference. And that's only the beginning. So at a time when there is a lot of anxiety in the world, when I look at you and your ability to do those things, just makes me hopeful that the future will be better than where we are right now. And actually our team now, our winning team and our giant check reminded me of something, because using games to solve real world problem is something that is a lot of people are trying it. And the example that come to mind, I don't know how many people here know this startup, this company Duolingo. So this company Duolingo was started by a computer scientist at Carnegie Mellon, and his specialty actually is to solve problems through games. So he was thinking exactly as you are thinking right now. He ended up with a couple of $1 billion in the bank. So either fixing the world problems or ending up with $1 billion in the bank, we'll always be proud of you. Thank you so much.
This evening has made us all so hopeful for the future. Well, we've come to the end of this fabulous evening. Congratulations again to all the winners. Congratulations to all the participants. Thank you. And thank you to the audience here in the auditorium and to those online on LifeHack.